Hello there guys, this is Libby, otherwise known as Silverlief. Oh my, Quinwin. And I'm going to start off today just a little different and then we'll jump into Ernest. Firstly, I just want to apologise for my last video. I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the way it didn't record the audio and I didn't notice. I don't like hearing my voice, so I don't usually listen back. I'll just watch back to make sure that, you know, it recorded. But I've triple checked my audio today, so OBS shows it as working. Fingers crossed. Okay, so that out of the way. I will do another Japanese stab bound tutorial in the future. I took the tutorial part out of the title, and I will do an actual tutorial at some point. But for now, I mean, it's still pretty. You can still watch it if you'd like. Anyway, I thought I'd start today with a birthday haul. It's my birthday tomorrow, and yesterday my husband took me out. We got food, and I initially just wanted a book. One of these paper books. I have another one that I got a while back now. But my husband being my husband, I was like, can we look in this store? And then I was like, anything that I want to get from here, you know, I'm buying. It's stuff that I've been wanting to get. But so this was what I wanted as a gift, and then the rest just happened. Enough, darling boy. But I figured if I love going through this sort of thing, so I thought that I'd show you guys. It might give you some ideas, given that it's right now. Like, these are in the stores right now. Hopefully where you are, they are too. So we got, this was from Barnes & Noble. The rest, I believe, was from Hobby Lobby. I don't usually go to Hobby Lobby. I'm usually Michael's or Joann's, but Joann's is out of business now. But we were right there, and I haven't been in years, so I figured I'd go and see what they have. The arts and crafts area shrinks every time I go. It's more home goods now, but yeah. Anyway, so I'll do this last because this is the one I'm the most excited for. So I got a little Tree of Life stamp. My husband saw it and picked it out. And I use the Tree of Life a lot. Most of the journals I make for people have one hanging on the spine like a charm. And I have like foil gold stickers, like actual metal that I like to put on. So this is like an extra thing for that I can add to my Tree of Life collection. And then I'm just going to quickly get this out from underneath. I've been complaining lately about the fact that my scoreboard, I mean, it works for what it needs to be, but I hate, it has the paper trimmer attached, and it gets in the way, and it makes it a pain to put away. So I'm going to donate, or see if anybody on my local marketplace would like the one that I have, the scoreboard. And I got this one instead, which is just, you know, there's no trimmer, but it also came with, it has the score blade, whatever it's called, the bone folder, I guess. And then it came with instructions for how to make gift boxes, envelope boxes, and then it has the angle chart. No, not chart. It's basically, sorry, you can line it up on here so that you get exactly, what's the word? Diagonal. You know, you can turn your paper diagonally and still get the right scores. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. Words and I are not friends right now, evidently. Sorry, I'm just popping that back in. So yeah, I invested in an upgrade for my scoreboard. Very glad I did. I'd been looking at one the same morning. If I can get you back in, that would be great though, wouldn't it? I'd been looking at one that morning that I was going to get online. And this was like $10 cheaper, I want to say. Why won't you go in? Am I just doing you wrong? I'm sorry. I don't want to just set it down and leave it, because then that's how things get broken and lost. I'm going to have to get used to how to put that away, because, yeah, I'm just going to set that aside for now. Oh, I see what I did. Yeah, I am putting it in wrong. And now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it back out. Whoopsie. Come on, Lib. Don't break something the second you get it. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. I'm glad you guys could not see that, because that was kind of embarrassing for a second there. There we go. Went in so much easier when it goes the way it's supposed to. Yeah, so it also came with instructions on how to do the box, the envelope box and the envelope. I do have an envelope punch maker already, but having like the boxes and stuff, that's cool. I like this one, especially the envelope box. Yeah, so that's that. And I like this. I'm going to repurpose it, just the background for the container. Then I have 3 paper packs. One is a 6x6. I don't usually get 6x6, but I saw it and picked it up and looked at it and thought, oh, that's really pretty. And my husband also said that he liked it, so he just picked it up. When I put it back down, this is what my husband does. Honestly, I could go in for just 1 paper pack and be fine. And then next thing I know, the cart is full because he's like, nah, you need this one, this one, this one, and this one too. Which I appreciate. I'm not knocking it at all. I'm very fortunate. Yeah, so this, I think the Paper Studio is a Hobby Lobby exclusive. You know how each of the stores have their own brand for paper and stuff. But this is foiled. I know some people don't like foiled. I love foiling. And it's just florals and marbly bits. But I think it'll be useful for me. I can get some really good use out of this. So, yes. I cut down my 12x12s a lot anyway, so. Then I got another Paper Studio. This one's just cardstock, so no foiling, called Glass House. Oh, this one here was Moody Floral. And this is a 12x12. And it is just a lot of plants, foliage, fruits. I like the fruits. There's mushrooms, there's ferns. There's some really cool ones which look like shadows here, like it's coming through a window. Love those. Yeah, mushrooms and stuff. I find these are a good staple. They're good for backgrounds and whatnot. So we have that. And then this is one that my husband actually spotted before I did. I wasn't even looking for paper when we went in, but we went down the paper aisle. You know how it is, I'm sure, if you're into this sort of thing. Yeah, it's just called Ephemera. And it is just exactly what the name says. I mean, there's a few that are less ephemera, but it's just, you know, like how people would make a masterboard or something. And this is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see it on camera. You might not be able to. Let me see if I can turn it over. And it's got texture to it. So, like, when you run your finger over it, it feels like linen. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very good quality. Surprises me. The other one does not have this finish. Yeah, it's very unique. All the papers like that. It feels so nice to touch. And what I'll probably end up doing is, this one's less of a cut apart one, but I can still cut it apart. You know, I can take this and this, you know, take little snippets out. But there's some that have, so you've got bees too, which is the only one that's not really ephemera, but I love bees, so I'm not gonna complain. But the ones where I can, I'll cut out, you know, there's 3 sheets of each. So I plan to, like, fussy cut some stuff, cut out some of the more square or rectangle things, and then keep a sheet for just as actual, to use as you would normal scrapbook paper. But like these, I can cut out the maps. He knows me. If it's old maps, I'm down for it. If it's got like florally bits, I'm down for it. But yeah, I don't think this one would do so well being cut into pieces. It might though. I could just take a little snippet out. Yeah, there's a couple that are just background pieces too, but it's still nice. These are little strawberries. Very cute. But like this just looks like somebody made a masterboard, right? I love it. And even my husband was saying, you could just take like this crown, or you could cut just this out. And I'm like, he's got a mind for this. Yep. I was thinking I could cut out some of these. You know, I've got 3 pages, so at least 1 page can be dedicated to, okay, what can I harvest from this? Sorry, I'm showing you because I would like to see it if I was watching this video. The other ones, you know, it's whatever, they're just floral bits, and that's nice. Obviously, that's why I got it. But I think seeing some of this and like where you can cut things out and whatnot, that's interesting to me. So like even this, I could take apart, you know, little snippety bits. Love this one. I already said I'm going to take 2 of these apart. Cut around the stamps and save one just as the paper. But just these nice little bits of embellishments that I can then have lying around. Love it. Again, these are like little card toppers and stuff, like postcards. Love this one with all like the airplanes and travel and stuff. Again, these, I can just take these little pieces. I'd say fussy cut the flowers, but I'm not actually that good at fussy cutting. Again, like there's so many bits here on just this one page, and some of it's repeating. So then I don't have to pick and choose between, oh, do I want, I don't know, for example, just this atlas bit, or do I want this whole bit, or, you know. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you through this one, because in my opinion, it's gorgeous. So I've got this one with like playing cards and stuff. Just keys, but even my husband looked at this and said, you could even cut out the keys. I'm thinking, somebody could cut out the keys. I don't know if I could. I'd probably destroy them. But yeah, I liked that his mind was going there. Lovely butterflies. This is another background one, but it's still very pretty. You know, like just take this. It looks, I mean, it's sideways on here, but you cut it out and then, you know, it doesn't have to be. I think that's the last one. But yeah, 3 of each. Usually I get papers packs that only have 2 of each, so love that. And I appreciate the fact that my husband, he knew exactly what to look for. Okay, then I have, the glare on this is awful. I apologize. I got a set of washi tape. Does it have a name on this? No, it doesn't say. It doesn't have a specific name, I guess. But there's so many. I'm just gonna tip it out. You know, I have a box of container of washi tape anyway that it'll go into. But it's all like foresty stuff. So like, but it's got a darker vibe to it, which is a bit more my style. Not fully my style, but like it's not my only style is what I'm trying to say. This one's more brown, that one's more black. But then it also has some cute little, this one's got birds. And there's, you know, mushrooms and frogs and stuff. I'm not always into the dark stuff in terms of aesthetic, but it is a bit more my personal vibe. You know, if I was going to make a journal for myself. This one's nice. I like the gilding on it. The, what are they called? Foiling. And then there's some plainer ones, which I also was very excited for. I liked that it had a mix. Butterflies and moths and more frogs. So yeah, and it came with a ton. And each one's actually got a decent amount of tape to it too. This one's just bird feathers, isn't that cool? This one's critters. They've got some with words too, just like little bits of... This one's legible word, but then they've got some that's just a bit more nondescript, like you can't really read it. I love this one too. I love the foiling. I know some people really don't enjoy the foiling, but for me especially, yeah, they've got this too, which you can read and is gilded. Love it. Anyway, I'm not going to show you every single individual tape. All I'm going to say is if you have a Hobby Lobby and they still have this set and it's your vibes, highly recommend. I'm going to transfer all of my washi tapes onto playing cards. I've seen someone do that because it's getting out of hand. I feel like it'll be easier to look through them. Oh, I also got, that's what this is. I'm keeping this tag. I'll put it in one of my journals, personal journals. So there's a store called Box Lunch. This is not this is not at all scrapbook / junk journal related, other than the fact that I'm keeping the tag. And we go in a lot. It's got like fandom stuff, so like Disney. Well, actually, a lot of it is Disney, Lord of the Rings, that sort of stuff, Star Wars. And one of my favourite films of all time is Muppet Treasure Island, but I never find anything for them merch-wise. Yeah, we went in yesterday, serendipity, turned the corner, like the last section. Dave's my husband. Dave and I don't usually buy anything from there. It's very rare that we do. Like, I might get a Christmas gift from there. Turned the corner and they just had this gorgeous jumper that, like, has the Muppets from Muppet Treasure Island embroidered in it. Gorgeous. Anyway, that's why that's it. And then I got this paper. My other one is a woodland one, I think. Like a foresty. Oh wait, no it isn't. Enchanted Kingdom. That's the other one I have. If I remember, I'll grab it. I got that a while back though. But this one is the Enchanting Collection. I love these. It's just like meant to be torn apart, I guess. And I was talking to my husband about it yesterday, but I was like, this is just the front sleeve. I'm like, I'm taking this off. And he's like, well, they probably make it so that, like, with the idea of you're going to cut into even, like, the cover and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, probably. Because look how cool that is. I know fantasy stuff isn't everybody's vibes, but it's my vibes. Usually they come with, like, little envelopes of stuff. This time they came with just, it came with a notebook, a planner, and then some, this is wrapping paper. Usually the wrapping paper is really glossy, but this time it wasn't, and I appreciate that. It's just a sheet. And it's double-sided. So this, and then, oh, well, the other side on this one's blank, but yeah, when it's glossy, it's hard to use in a book. But the fact that these aren't glossy means that I can. So, I haven't actually looked at all of these. Okay, so it looks like the back of these are all just one solid colour, but that's fine. Oh, that's gorgeous. This one's got a unicorn on it. Oh, 2 unicorns. Oh, that's cute. They're making magic. The colour on that one, blue. And some of this stuff, it's like, I could use it as a full page. These maybe less so. I'd have to cut it down to make it into a full page, but I can use aspects of it. It's pretty. The back of that one is purple. But depending on the size of my books, like I could even just take a quarter of this, you know. That's how my brain works. It's like, can I make something out of it? Even if I can't, I'll find another use for it. Like I could iron this out and make it into a cover instead. You know, use a bigger piece. Dragonflies. More purple on the back. This one's interesting. It's got like bugs on it. Book of Insects. I don't know why there's blood all over it. Well, faux blood, but it's kind of cool. This is definitely my vibe. I know that it's probably not everybody's, but I don't mind the pretend blood on there. This one's cute. It's got blue on the inside. But yeah, I could just take like a quarter of that and make a page out of it. I could take half of it, you know, if it's a bigger journal. Make a page. What I'm actually excited for, I mean, other than the rest of the actual book, I'm talking about for the extras, that's nice too, is these two. So one's a notebook and one's a planner. And because it's stapled, sorry, brain, I can just take this apart and use it like as straight pages. But it's got, you know, pages to write in. So obviously, due to the way that it's done, like the pages all, so this is the back. and this is the front. So these are actually just one sheet of paper. So it's not going to be continuous like it is in here, but that doesn't bother me. So it's not going to be like that's going to be a spread in a page. It's not. It's going to be this side and that side. But it's got, you know, lots of writing spaces, colouring areas too. There's quite a few areas to colour, but there's also lots of pictures. You know, so if I take this apart, that's just a bunch of pages that I just have, you know, to use. That's the middle spread, so this one will stay together. But isn't that cool? I love the way they did this, because I can just take it apart and then there we go. I've got pages. The planner though is even cooler in my opinion, because it's got monthly planners, like a monthly calendar, but it doesn't have the month on it and it doesn't have the days on it. So that means I can do the same thing, you know, take it apart like with the other one, because it's also stapled, and slip one of these in and it'll add like a little planner page to a journal. I think that's really cool. Yeah, just a bunch of different, I won't go through them all, but just a bunch of different planner pages at the front. And then when you get towards the back, this one has like little notes, so you can cut them apart, you know, just to slip in. That one's just pictures, but whatever. This one has a year in pixels, so like to track your mood or whatever. I suppose it doesn't even have to be a mood, it can be anything. But then they have them like this, like a weekly instead. You know, so the back has like a lot of just different planner type things. But yeah, I'm going to take that apart, use them as pages. Just to put straight in. And then this, so if you're not familiar with paper, it's basically just like a bunch of scrapbooking / journaling stuff, stationery stuff in one. So you get like pictures, which I'll turn into pages too. I mean, they're going to be sideways, you know, but when it's in a journal with a bunch of other pages, I don't think it matters if you can see the full picture or not. Then these are postcards, you know, so and they're perforated. So if I come in, well, I should probably fold it first. You know, I can just take one out, ink up the edges, decorate maybe a little bit on the back, but I can just put that straight into a pocket. So they've got quite a few of those. These guys are cool. These are little note cards, so you take it and then fold it. So note cards. These are more pages, and then some of them have note paper. So again, same deal. I'm just going to take this apart and turn them all into individual pages. Then these ones are envelope pages. On this side, you can see like where the lines and stuff are. This is supposed to be the inside. And then the outside, it has a place to write, you know. So if you cut it out, you're not going to see the lines, obviously. This one's you have to cut out. It's not perforated, but I don't mind. And then it gives you writing paper to put, basically, the idea is to put in the envelopes. But, you know, do it however. So, more envelopes. Then the sticker pages. So these are round stickers. And they're nice. They are glossy, but they're good quality stickers. These are stickers too. These are label stickers. And what I really appreciate is the backing. Like the back of this is paper feel. It's not like a sticker paper. And they always look really nice. Yeah, so these are like labels. This is more just artwork. These are fun. So these are framed, but each part of this is separate. So you have the outer frame, and then you can take out this white bit in the middle, and then this is a frame, and then you can take out the picture in the middle. So I can take the frames and use them separately from the images, which I like. They always do these. The idea is that you can frame them like as artwork in your house. This looks like just a card, you know. Again, I can just take it apart, make a cover out, like a, not a cover, but like a panel on the cover kind of thing. These these are funny. I'm not going to use them for their intended purpose, but there's only the two of them, I think. There might be two more somewhere. They're little wine bottle covers, but personally, I'd just take the front bit, you know, and make something out of it and just ignore the back. But these thick ones are also meant to be used as like artwork, but again, that would make a gorgeous cover. If I was to do like a big journal and it's chunky enough that you wouldn't need to like back it onto anything. More artwork, which again I will just take and either use it to like mat, is that the word? Like to cover a cover, or I'll just take and I'll let myself fold them in half. Sorry, this is taking a while. I apologize. Big tags, love these. And there's some that have that same linen-y texture, if you can hear. Love that. These are just little tiny pull aparts. Again, they're perforated and they've got little note spots on the back. So again, I can tear this apart and just tuck them into little pockets. Or when I do my, you know, how I do the thing in the middle and then only the middle part of it is glued down the edges, you can tuck things under. Tuck. I'm struggling with words today, I apologise. These are little tapes, almost like washi tape. Well, I suppose it'd be more like a pet tape or something. It's vinyl, but little tape strips. More stickers. And again, the backings of these are gorgeous, so I can still use the backings once I've finished the stickers. These are just little note cards. These ones are not perforated, so you'd have to take them apart and do it yourself. But these ones are more meant to go in an envelope because it's paper. But they're very pretty. I really like them. These are just some plain papers. These are very cool. So it looks like it's one image, but it's actually vellum with an image on it. So it's like overlaid. Love that. Just a couple more that's just regular colourful paper, which is very useful. I especially like that it's different colours. So again, taking this apart and using these as pieces, like as pages in a journal would be fun. More tags, but I really like the shapes of these. They've got like a sunburst on top. This one gives me Watership Down vibes. If you've ever seen Watership Down, you know what I mean. Nightmare fuel, that one. With the bunnies. But I guess that's only because, you know, I saw that at a way too young age. Yeah, these are the other wine ones. Although these ones don't have anything on the back of them, so it's a note that you can do for whatever you want. So I might use that as a both side thing. This bit comes out, which I quite like because then I have a circle. I'll make something out of those. I'll figure it out. More note cards. Yeah, there's just lots of little bits and pieces that when I take it apart, and I'm going to take it apart, I like having these things individually waiting for me, like in a box, so I can just reach in and pull. Yeah. Some more little note cards. And I love that the back's as decorative as the front is for the note cards. And these are some more pages that you can use as pages or artwork or, you know, whatever. Note pages. And then we have some more envelopes. Again, I really like the way that they do the envelopes for these. These are more cutouts. And they have some cute ones with colouring page type things, which I love to have when they're black and white like this. And they've got the adult colouring books, I guess I should say. I like to use these, so I will be using those. Some more tags. Some more pull aparts. Some more tags. These are little cards. So they've got the perforation, but then they've got a fold on this side. Some more stickers. And again, the backing is gorgeous. And then I think the last ones are just pictures and notes. Yeah. I'm very excited to get to using this. I'm not going to use it in our current journal. But I think I might use it to make a grungy. And then this, again, I'm going to cut this off. Maybe make a tall tag out of it or something. Yeah. Sorry, that was very long. All of that to say, I have a lot of fodder now to use. And I will be using it. I say, probably not well, definitely not for this current journal, but I think I'll do a more eclectic, witchy. I'm not a witch, but you know, like that kind of vibe. Journal next, using this and the other one that I have. Okay, so that's my birthday haul. I'm very excited to get to use it all. I'm gonna clean up my desk because there is just washi tape everywhere. And then I was thinking we could do a small project. I'm thinking I have some real vintage postcards. I thought maybe we could do something with that for the journal. So I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let me just grab Ernest. Now, this is my collection of vintage, even some of these are actually antique postcards. These two are treasures to me, absolute treasures. This one's from 1907, this one's from 1905. I don't know if it's the same person, I don't think it is, but they look very similar in terms of the style. But I love it because the back just has the address and everything, but the front is where they wrote their message, and the images are just gorgeous. They're very nautical, and I'm very tempted to use one of them. But these are the ones that I hoard. These are my like special postcards, these two. I don't mind using the others. I mean, there are some, don't get me wrong, there are some beauties in here too. But those two, I think because of the water vibe to it and stuff, and they're so old. So it's a maybe if I can let myself let go of it. But I am looking for an old one. When are you? 1911. That could work. Berlin, Germany, you could have been going home. Actually, I really like that one. Yeah, I have quite a few here. This one doesn't have a date or anything because it's an unsent one. So that could work too. And I'm thinking of just doing a simple page because I already took up half of my video time with my little haul. Just going to do a quick look through. Oh my gosh, some of these are gorgeous. Yeah, I have quite a few that are blank, but I also have quite a lot that were actually sent to. The date on you? If you do, I can't read it. I like these ones. I don't need to go through the whole stack. One of these days I'll get some more because I'm sort of in the, oh, but if I use them, then, you know, I don't have them anymore mindset. Yeah, I have some gorgeous ones. But I think one of these two at the front will work. They look suitably old enough to work. And I'm just going to keep hoarding these beauties. They're gorgeous. I kind of want to frame those, to be honest. I'd put them up in my craft room. Okay, so do I want the Berlin one? I might use this because I wasn't planning on having it flip out, and I don't want to lose the back of it. So I think we'll use this. I'm just going to quickly take off the closure and find a page. I still love this. I'm very proud of this one. I didn't finish it yet. I mean, it's mostly finished. But there are definitely, like this, I want to add something into this tuck, and I want to maybe add something to the background here. But anyway, that's not what today's about. Let's just find a random page. Is that a random page, Libby? Will this even fit in sideways? Oh, it will. All right. Might do it on here. And I'm just thinking something simple for this. like a little tuck or whatnot, and then we can decorate around it. It's a little too wide for some of these pages. Do I do it sideways instead? It can still be a tuck. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a pain. I did like it on this one. Okay. So I'm thinking, we add this. I definitely want some more postage stamps. I might even put one on here. And then I have some special tickets, but this requires me to remember where I put the special tickets. 2 seconds. Okay. I have a little thing of ephemera. I don't have a lot of real vintage ephemera yet. Slowly trying to build up. Anyway. When were these from? Does it say? Did it say when? We can use one. It's for tobacco. I don't like tobacco, but I have them, so, you know. Oh. Raleigh coupon. Is there anything else in here? What are you doing in there? You should not be in there, glue brush. I'm just going to quickly have a little peek through and see if there's anything else I want to use some of. Just like book pages and some old stuff. Ooh. There's a letter here. Is there an actual letter inside? Oh, there is. I'm going to set that aside because I think this is also a good journal for that. I'm trying to find my... I have a bunch of smaller pieces, but I don't know if I just don't have them in this container. Oh, I love these too. Sorry, this is just Libby showing off her stash. I love these. I also want to frame these at some point. I don't know what they're from. Love them. I have some little bits and pieces, but these all feel a bit... Oh. I think this is actually what I was looking for earlier. Is there anything else in here? Oh, and a slide. We'll have to do something with this at some point too. Alright, Libby. Are we actually going to make something, or are we just going to look through all of the pretty things? I mean, I'm down for the latter, but... So I think I'm going to put the picture on the left-hand side. That way there's more room for tucking. The picture, it's not a picture, it's a postcard, Libby. I'm going to use a couple of different stamps. I said this is going to be a simpler, shorter one because I already took up most of my time. And then I have a couple of... Can I cut you? I feel like it's perforated, but it also feels like the perforation is not in the correct place. So... we can go back in the tub. And I'm not trying to go in order here with the book. I like to jump around when I'm filling up a book because I don't want it to run out of space and only the first half be decorated, I guess. Which side do I prefer? Oh, this one's also for tobacco. Isn't that funny? They look very similar, but it's a different brand, I think. No, it's not. It's the same. Ah, alright. Well, I guess I only need to use one of them then. Is there a date on this one? Series 32. Sorry, I'm just trying to see which is the older of the two. That one's from 1971. This one doesn't have a date. Which do I prefer? I think I'm going to use this one for today. I did not realize that they were the same. Well, they're not the same, but you know. And then I have this just came. Somebody must have sent this to me. With an order. It looks like it's just like a what's it? Not an obituary. That kind of thing. You know, putting out information in oh my gosh, brain. In a newspaper. It's a newspaper clipping of somebody's achievements. I thought maybe we could have that in there too. I'm sorry, it's been a very, very long week. My brain is not here today. Okay. I am going to ink this up even though it's already legitimate. And then I might see if I have something pretty that I can add to it. Yeah, so that's going to be a tuck. I need some... Oh, I'm going to do postage stamps, aren't I? Yep. Do a postage stamp. I wonder if we can just tuck this envelope in here. Because I'd rather not glue it down. Let it stick out a bit. Yeah, that way it's preserved. I don't have a problem with sticking them down. Don't want to ink you up. Don't want to rough you up. Yes. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't have a problem with using the vintage and antique stuff in general. But there's something about that envelope in particular that I'm like, I don't know if I want to glue that down. And maybe I'll come back to it in a couple of weeks and go, you know what, I am going to glue it in. Sorry, I'm doing this off camera because I don't want all of the paper shredding all over the book. Yeah, so we'll see how I'm feeling about that. But for now, we can put that in this pocket. And if I do end up using it somewhere else, we'll just put something in this. Just grunging it up a little more. Don't usually do the grungy, but I'm trying something new with this journal. So how is everyone? You have any weekend plans? I don't. I'm hoping to spend some time with friends tomorrow online. I have a couple of friends that I like to play games with. My husband has to work, so that's why we did birthday stuff yesterday. Sunday is Father's Day, so that means a busy day at work because I work in a bakery. And anybody that works in a bakery will know that certain holidays you get a bit swamped. Mostly, honestly, it's going to be cookies and cakes. But I'm in control of the cookies on Sunday because I'm baking. Ow, I just stabbed myself. That was lovely. Yeah, I'm in control of doing the cookies, so. I'm going to have to get a new art glitter glue soon, I think. Although I feel like I've been saying that for a few weeks now. Okay. So I'm just making it into a tuck. I was going to do a pocket, but because it's a little wider than this page is, I'm not going to. I'm not putting it right up to the edge. or to the bottom. Sorry, my finger is bleeding. Isn't that lovely? When you stab yourself with a needle right between your nail. There we go. When it's dry, let's not get blood on things, Libby. That can slip in, and then when it's closed, it can stick out. Love that. Okay. So now I want to decorate this and a little bit of the page around it. Not all of the page around it, because if I end up writing in this, I'd like to still have space to write. My husband's been coming up with all kinds of story ideas for him. He's a writer at heart, my husband. Well, not even at heart, he writes. I think I want some sort of colour. What colour do I want? I don't know. Do I have any? Is this Germany? I think it's Germany. If I can find a nice old German stamp. Not too old, because some of those get a bit problematic. I don't have any of those though. I nix them. When I bulk buy stamps, I'm like, nope. Goodbye. I really need to go through and sort these. What are you? I think that's Austria. Oh, you can't even see what I'm looking at. Sorry. Austria? That's Austria, right? I'm gonna have to look that up, because I have no clue. That's one. When are you from, though? It's a bit too bright, isn't it? I know I said I want colour, but it doesn't need to be like 10 colours. I don't know who that gentleman is. That was something else that worries me about using old postage stamps and stuff. It's like, what if there's somebody really bad on this and I have no idea, and now it's stuck to my work? I go through and I get rid of anyone that I know is problematic, but I want a couple of them. That's why I'm still looking. I want colour, she says, and she's putting brown and like the muddiest green imaginable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sort these at some point. Maybe that can be up next on my plans. Can have one more lip, preferably a slightly brighter colour. They're all from the same place, and you know what? I'm fine with that. And if it is Austria, that works. If it's not Austria, oh well. I'm just gonna get the edges a little bit. Oh, I can tell you and show you, because Dave doesn't watch my videos. It's not his kind of thing. And you know what? Sometimes it's nice to just have something separate. You know. So this weekend is obviously Father's Day. And I like to be silly and get something from the dog. Nothing crazy, just, you know, usually a treat. And this time I'm gonna get him a chocolate cream pie from work. And if I'd have got him like a cookie cake or something, I could have written on it, with icing, with frosting, whatever. But I asked him the other day discreetly, pie or cookie, and he said pie. So what I went ahead and did was made myself a little sticker with my transparent sticker sheets. So our boys are golden. So I made this for him. Quintus, yeah. And I'm gonna cut it out and put it on the cover for the pie. Don't tell him. Shh. You can tell the dog, you can't tell Dave. I like having a printer that works well. I love having those transparent sticker sheets to do things with. I'm going to do this one sideways. So just a little cluster up in that corner. I do want the little, as if it's like someone that he knew or something, is where my brain's going with that. This. I'm not sure if I'll post tomorrow. I mean, I might. I'm just not sure. I'm going to hide this. Would he have hidden it though? No, he wouldn't have. So I'm actually just going to pop this in the corner, and I might add something to it, like in this bottom corner. This I can hide, partly. So this can stick out. I'm trying to get into the mindset of this here character that is being created. And every time I show my husband the journal, he's got even more ideas for what I can do and who he can be and what he was doing, and you know, all of that fun stuff. And I'm here for it. I just ripped my paper. The back of this is going to have to be decorated because unless it dries a bit better. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to do some stamping, I think, because I still have out somewhere the carte postale stamp that I was using last time. We're going to put the letter in there, so I don't need to fill that. I said I have my carte postale stamp somewhere, she says, and then she doesn't because she can't find it, so that's fun. But yeah, so we can stick you in. I'll hang out. Very nice. Do I want to add an eyelet here and maybe do a dangle? I think I do. But that requires me to get my eyelets, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I also have this map, and I think I can cut that down to cover up most of this back here, so I'll do that. Yeah, just to cover that up. But for now, oh, it's not carte postale, this one. It's my airmail. I mean, that works too. I do have a carte postale one somewhere. I want the pavillon. Yes. What colour do I want? I might go blue, actually. Given it's like a postal. I don't want the full thing again. I'm trying to make it look like it wasn't perfect. That might be a bit too messy. Just a little bit too messy for me. I should have made it a second. I might cover that up. Should have made it a second stamp. Like stamp it first and then stamp again. I'll see how I feel when that dries. I also grabbed my rub-ons, which I haven't used these ones yet, so. Do I want? That's really annoying me. I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to have to put something under there. I'm just doing the identification check, and then I think I'll put a number on too. Oh, come on. I should use my knife for this instead of scissors. But I didn't, so... oh well. I'll just do this one because it's right here. Try to not cut off the figure 3. Okay. Yeah, I need to... I mean, it's not really going to matter if I put the envelope in there like I plan on. It's just bugging me right now. What do I have? Just something I can cover it up with. You know, I keep reaching for this, and it's not the box I think it is. Just add a little bit of music sheet. It feels a bit random, but... you know, it's got scraps of newspaper and stuff. Why not? It can be something important to him. Isn't that the whole point of this? There's a lesson though, like a positive lesson is if you don't like something, you can just go over it. You can just cover it up, you can redo. There's no like truly destroyed thing, it's just, you know. And I don't mind it on this edge here, so I'm fine with that. Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh well. Embrace it, run with it, fix it. There's not really a lot of place on here left to write, but that's fine. Oh, I've got sticky stuff. Not sticky stuff, inky stuff all over. I'm just using a ballpoint pen, but like that doesn't have the pen out, I guess. That's how I've done it in the past with other ones. I've never used Tim Holtz's, so we'll see if this works. Almost. He doesn't want to stick to this paper. There we go. That'll do. I want you... it's either going to go here or actually on there, but I think here works best. And I've got to decide if I want to try and do that airmail again, but with a 2nd generation stamp. By that I mean stamp it on a piece of paper first and then stamp it again. I always forget just how good the VersaFine is. I'm used to my archival ink, which can get a bit dried out sometimes. Cool. One last thing I want to do, I have another set of rub-ons. I'm going to grab it, and I want to, they're more colourful, but like not colourful, they're just not black. And I want to just add a flower on here. So, 1 second. Okay. These are Eucalyptus Swatch from 49 and Market, rub-on transfers. I grabbed a couple of them out. I just want like a small flower for over top of this. Maybe this little guy, that little guy. Like he's you know, in remembrance of a friend or something. He's proud of her. And I'll bring some of the swatch with me. And then I also grabbed this one, which has like inky splattery bits, just to put in random spots to tie in this colour. I mean, it's not much of a step above being black, but I'm hoping it'll give the effect I'm looking for. Come on. Oh, it won't come up now, will it? Okay. So just a little bit of a flower. Let's see that. And as I say, the last thing I want to add to this part is just a little bit of this, preferably with some of the writing. Doesn't need to be a lot. Says Libby, getting out of a comfort zone. I don't usually let myself use my actual vintage ephemera. I don't usually use my rub-ons. I'm not good with things I only have one of. Do I want you on the postcard? Sure. Yes, I do. I want all those little bits, please. I'm gonna take them all. Cool. Alright. It pulled up a tiny bit of the photograph there, but I don't mind. Okay. Last thing I wanted to do was, if I can find my stamp. I put you back where you came from. What the heck? No, you mustn't have, Libby, because it's not there. I'm usually good at putting back if I've got a specific place for something. Did I put it up on top? No. Oh, it's because it's under here. I'm just going to do a little bit of splattery. I think it'll tie everything together. Because some of this looks a bit lonely, if that makes sense. Yeah. Well, not lonely, but they're not touching, but now they are. There's still little bits of spots to write. And I can always tuck in another thing. Cool. Very nice. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just pop this on here. I need to trim off the tiniest amount. Oh, it goes well with the binding colour. Yeah. 1 second. Okay. Sorry, I'm very much aware of the fact that I'm running out of time. I'm going to do something controversial here. Just going to scrunch it up. Now I'm going to ink it. And then when I glue it down, I'm going to try and keep some of those wrinkles. I almost want to use a tear ruler or something on it. I want it to look like it's been through it. And then he glued it in. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work on this paper. It might be too thin. Well, I'll try. I don't mind tearing at it. Do some tears that aren't actually fully torn. Okay. Ow. Sorry, I just whacked my elbow. I mean, it might have been best to use glue stick for this, but I finished my glue stick last time and I haven't opened a new one. I mean, I have a new one, but it's not with me right now, so. Come on. I might end up adding just like a label, like a bigger paper label or something on this page. Like off to one side over the top of the map, just so there's a little bit of space for writing. Okay. Yep, I like that. Might drop another stamp or two on here, just for the fun of it. And then call it a day. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I very much appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Sunday, I can already tell you, the likelihood of a video is low. I have a 9-hour shift, and usually I'm only a part-timer, so usually I'm, you know, 4, 5, 6 hours at most. I'm telling you now, it's gonna kill me. I need one more stamp, please, Libby. Yes, but I'm hoping to maybe have one tomorrow. It depends, because I'm baking Sunday, which means I've got to be up at 4 AM, which means I've got to go to bed early, you know. One thing leads into another. There we go. Love it. Really like that. Let me do a little bit extra glue there. That's fun, just for a quick, simple page. Oh, you know what I didn't do? The reason why I paused the video earlier. I was going to add... I'll just do it real fast. It needs to be the smaller one, because I pulled out my smaller eyelets. Can I even get to that? Yes. Last part, I promise. Oh, I was wrong. It needed to be the bigger. Oh. Sorry if you could see my head then. It was hard to see where I was. Nice. I need to re-glue this though because I just pulled it all up. Oh, I see what it is. It's because there was an extra piece of card on there that was coming off. It must have been glued down at some point. That's fine. All right. So I'm not going to put this back in because I just added more glue. But just imagine that it's in there. Yeah. So just a nice simple page. There's still little spots to write. If I want to add more, I'll either tip something in or I'll just add something into this pocket. But we've got our little cluster, got our newspaper clipping, coupons, music, tuck for this. Yeah. And then obviously on the back we have the map. I like that. For just a last minute thought to cover that up, very much like that. So that's me done today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I very much appreciate it. And I hope you all have a lovely day. Goodbye.